Hey you guys, good afternoon. This is another episode of It's a Butch Queen World, Love, Sex, and Tea. I'm London, if you didn't already know. But today I'm doing an episode on what changes have the internet made, good and bad. And I'm sitting here with my best friend, Butta.
Hey.
Yeah, it is. Because people don't understand, like, and especially younger people that
didn't grow up without the internet.
Right. They don't understand the changes that's been made with the internet.
Right.
And right now we gonna speak on the bad changes that the internet has done. And at this moment, it's like so many. And my biggest issue right now is the porn. It's like porn is everywhere. You can't go on any type of bus or anything and be on your phone and go on anything because a dick, a pussy, a ass, titties, something's going to pop up. And it's ridiculous that you can't enjoy yourself without seeing people naked on the internet. Like, you can't do anything without seeing somebody naked. And then you don't even have to be the friends. It's your friends, they will share it, and then that causes you to see.
Right. And it's like, it's funny that you said that because a while ago I would say, oh, well, that's your algorithm because that's what you're clicking, that's what you're watching, that's what you're liking, so it's feeding you more. But from my experience, it's not even like that anymore. So like with X, Twitter, like, I remember I didn't know about Twitter porn, and then somebody put me to it, and, you know, I watched it a couple times, but then I don't even be on Twitter. Like, I'm never on Twitter anymore. And I guess within the last year or the last 2 years, I guess it had something to do with, like, the new ownership of Twitter and the rebranding and everything. Mm-hmm. Now, as soon as I go on Twitter, like, as soon as I hear about something trending, I'm like, oh, let me go check that out. As soon as I go in there, my feed is sex. And I'm like, I don't even be on here, let alone watch porn. Like, I haven't watched porn in I don't know how long, let alone on Twitter. Correct. And I'm seeing it. So, yeah, it's a problem. It's really an issue. And it's really harmful, too, because if you have children, any type of minors, and they have access to the internet, it causes you anxiety because it's like you don't know when they're being exposed to this type of stuff. You have to really monitor them, and as they get older, it becomes harder and harder to monitor it. Mm-hmm. Like, and not even just the porn, predators, period. Like, I remember somebody was going through it because her daughter was being messaged by a grown man, and he was, you know, trying to groom the little girl, trying to solicit sex from the little girl. Like, it's so much stuff as an adult, as a parent, as a person, period, that could cause you so much anxiety from the amounts of porn, the amounts of predators, just creepy shit in general. It's crazy.
Right. And it's like left and right now.
It's
like,
crazy.
It's no which way you could go without seeing somebody naked.
Yeah, and then it desensitizes you because I'll say I don't really watch porn like that. I don't knock anybody. Yes, I've watched porn before. Correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're grown. You know what I mean? We have sex. People watch porn. It is what it is.
Correct.
But I think when you indulge in it too much, like from what I noticed from guys and people in general, whether it's guys or girls, when they watch too much, it kind of makes them like have a certain view on sex, have a certain view on the opposite sex. Like, so for an example, like a guy I was dealing with, like, he just had a bad view of women. Like, he thought all women were whores, all women shake their ass on social media, all women are this and that. And I'm like, is that because you're exposing yourself to so much sex that that's all you see, so that's what you think they are?
Correct.
Like,
and that's not fair.
And it's not fair, and it's a problem. That's what I'm saying. And people don't see it like that. They just think, oh, I'm a man, or, you know, I'm a girl and I'm hypersexual. If I want to watch porn, you just got to be careful about how much you watch. Like, how much you know, because that shit is deep.
Because it make you cheat.
It make you cheat. I think it make you more hypersexual. You know, I'm the type of person that I don't think there's anything wrong with being hypersexual as long as you're being careful. Correct. As long as you're being an adult about it. If you're being reckless, very problematic.
Correct.
Very problematic.
Correct. And I totally agree. And then it's like, it's so much easier because when you seeing people naked all the time and all of that, and then you wind up attracted to certain, like, somebody that you see naked. Oh, it probably was your crush that you had a crush on a long time ago, but you in a relationship, and then you see your crush naked, and then you want to message him and all of that, and it's like, it's ridiculous because that's what the internet is doing.
Yeah.
Like,
and then that brings in a conversation about cheating, because I don't know. But that brings in, because I don't think that that's that harmful. And if you're in a relationship and you do act on it and you cheat, that's bad. That's fucked up. That's harmful. But then I think it goes into, like, what kind of relationship do you have? Do you have an open... Some people are more, like I said, some people are more hypersexual. Maybe you need to start thinking about polygamy. Maybe you need to start thinking about having an open relationship, because I feel like some people just... Some people need to be sexually active, and some people like to be sexually active with more than one partner. Like I said, that goes back to being careful, though, and to be an adult about it and letting your partner know from the jump, like, listen, this is what it is. I'm not monogamous. You know what I mean? Like, I don't deal with one person. I like to deal with multiple people. Maybe you're not ready for a serious... Because I feel like if you that... It's two things. You're either super hypersexual and that's just how you always will be. Correct. Or you're still stuck in your quote-unquote hoe phase. That's not slut shaming. I feel like everybody have a hoe phase. Yeah. But I think you're still caught in your hoe phase and you really not being honest with yourself or your partner that, hey, maybe I'm just not ready for a serious thing where I'm just with this one person. Correct. So, yeah, I don't think that's really... I just think that's like, you need to be honest with yourself. Like, all right, where am I at in life? Correct. Because I know it was a time where I would let niggas know, I don't want no boyfriend. And I would have niggas trying to make me their boyfriend. I mean, make me their girlfriend. And I was like, I'm 19, I'm 20. I'm not, and some girls not like that. Some girls know when they're 19 and they're 20 that they want to be a wife. They want to have kids. Correct. I wasn't like that. Yeah, because it's not like it don't happen. It happens with young people like that. Some young people that got good heads on their shoulders. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm in the middle of doing my hair too. I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, and then like I was saying before, it's messed up because the kids that was born while the internet was already here, they don't know nothing about not having the internet. If they lose their phone or anything, their life is over. Right. And I think I made a post about that. Pertaining to, like, before the internet, we used to just date and talk on the phone. Mm-hmm. And I was saying how the young guys of today don't know the pressure of calling a girl's house and having her mom, her dad, or her grandmom answer the phone and, give them the one too. Like, what you calling here so late for? And she on punishment. And they don't know about that because and then that's another thing that make people more loose. Yeah, that make people more loose because it's not as hard now. You could just DM somebody. I think it was Lotto that was like, now guys don't put in effort. They just send in heart emojis and heart eyes and all of that type of stuff. Like, what is that? Like, y'all not even putting in any effort to say, how you doing? My name is such and such. What's your name? Worth it. It's sad. That's the crazy part about it. Some of them don't even think the females is worth the effort. They look at females like hoes. Yeah, because of what they're seeing. And that's what to tie it back to that, they seeing the group of females, and not to say they're a hoe or they're a bad person. They seeing them make their money on OnlyFans. They're seeing them show off their body because they're in love with their body and all of that. And they thinking that they have a skewed vision of women. They're thinking, oh, this is just how women are, and I'll be stupid if I settle for them. Yeah, it's an illusion. It's a whole illusion, and it's. And then you got these. it has annihilated dating. Like, dating is so hard now.
Yes, it is.
If I fucking went through my phone and just went through the guys and how they come and the shit that they say, the shit that they do, child, I could make a whole podcast off of that alone.
And then you and they talking to like 5 or 6 different females.
Yeah, and then even back in the day, I do believe that was happening. Like, you could be talking to 5 or 6 different females, but it was more effort that you had to put in to get to know somebody. There wasn't the internet, so you had to go. Like, for instance, you had to go out and meet people. You had to go to parties. You had to go to clubs. You had to go to these social events. You had to, or you just had to go outside. Now you got these niggas on podcasts, or they gamers, or they streamers, or whatever they are, and they just sit in their house all fucking day. They don't really have any human interaction. So that makes, that's chill.
But
I kind of do miss. I like the internet for what the good,
and that's what
I do miss the old days.
That's what I'm about to tap into a little bit. That's what I was about to tap into a little bit. We was talking about some of the, because we're going to jump back and forth. But now I'm going to talk about some of the good things that the internet has. And with that being said, the internet is good for finding jobs and stuff.
Right, money, monetizing.
Money, yeah. Like, and you can sit at home and don't even have to move anything. Right. No limb on you have to move except for your fingers, and you making 6 figures.
Right. Some people are, yeah.
Sitting there now, and then that goes back into some of the bad because it makes people lazier.
Yeah, people
got so lazy now that the internet made it so much easier for people, but it made them lazier.
Mm-hmm. I do agree. I do agree that some people have gotten lazier. On the flip side, though. If we really want to get deep with the money making shit, a person that works a 9 to 5 and they have to go out is having to spend money, because you're having to spend money on gas, you're having to spend money on whether you take public transit or whatever. You have to buy food unless you're packing your own food. Like, it's a whole thing to it, and then the salaries that they paying people are bullshit, right? Correct. So I applaud anybody that can make that money however you make it, and you making your money and you're not, scraping for pennies,
which is true.
But on that other side, it's like, I applaud you whether you home or you going out and you making your money, because these companies really don't give a fuck. Like, I remember I was watching the video, and a lady, she had worked for this company and she had slaved for this company. She was the best employee. She died, and they had her position filled like 2 days later. And it's just like, of course, that's how they have to do, but it's like,
but they didn't care.
These companies don't care, so you gotta get your money. You gotta, because they not paying how they weigh.
You gotta think how the companies is. Yeah. That's how you gotta come when you working for somebody. Yeah. You gotta think that no matter how close you get with your boss or cool, y'all might start going out to eat together and all that. That's still your boss.
Right.
So if he gotta fire you, then he gonna fire you.
Yep.
Like, so that goes out the window. Like, we can't. No, I'm not being cool with my boss. It ain't happening.
That's another thing. Like, I had to learn. Like, y'all cool. Y'all not my friends though. Now, I've had one job where I met lifelong
your family
friends.
Member or something like that, because my aunt is my boss.
Well, if it's your family member, that's a whole different story. But as far as like what I'm saying is, like, when you work with people, I've been working since I was 15. I had my first job when I was 15, and then by the time I was 17, I had 2 jobs, just because that's just what I was on back then. I ain't on that shit. But I had to learn, like, going into it that young, being a teenager, I thought, like, being around these people all the time, like, they were my friends, and I had to learn the hard way. Like, you don't tell everybody what's going on with you at your job. You gotta pick and choose. You gotta have discernment over, all right, do I trust this person enough to really bring them into my circle and be my friend? Because everybody is not your friend. I had to learn it the hard way. They will backdoor you. They will slime you the fuck out. They will do whatever they do. Some people are like that to get to the top.
Correct.
I ain't knocking you, but stay the fuck away from it.
But you guys stay tuned for episode 2. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. And this is another episode of It's a Butcher Queen World. Stay tuned for episode 2.